It was the, can you hear okay?
Yeah.
Okay. It was the first day of classes, and the professor came swaggering into the classroom, and he said, if there's any dumbbells in this class, I want you to stand up immediately. And a long time went by. Finally, in the back row, a lone friend, are you a dumbbell? And he said, well, no, sir, but I felt sorry for you standing up there all by yourself. Want another one?
We need a little comedy in our lives.
All right. The college president was relieved of his duties by the board of trustees. And at his final speech before the board, he said, I leave this position the same way I entered it, fired with enthusiasm. The next workshop is a half an hour, and Gregory doesn't know where it is.
There's something going on in the
Would you go down there, honey, and ask them?
Yeah, just looked at the map here. The other one's down the hall out there. I guess it's down the hall to the right.
Oh, then you found out where it was?
Yeah, well, you could say that.
Isn't this a lovely room?
Yeah, it is. It's kind of it looks like a lobby or something.
There's a pole I haven't run into, Greg.
Yeah.
Good. Way up in Burlington, right?
Yeah.
Did you know the person in the printing office at the University of Vermont, UVM?
Yeah.
You know her?
No.
Her name is Smith. Her name is Terry Smith. Is her name Terry, Franklin? I mean,
No.
Tammy Smith.
It sounds familiar. I might have.
Yeah. Would you go and say hello to her for
I
me?
will. Well, it's nice meeting you.
Oh, you're not there. No, you're through, yeah.
Well, I go through sometimes. So.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to another session, but enjoy
Take care.
this one. I'll check out your video.
Yes, thank you, dear.
Thank you.
She says it's right here, dear.
What?
She says the next conference is right here. At 4 o'clock. I'm going to ask her to come down.
It proved that they could do this. It's called the Local Live, and it goes live on Thursday nights at 7:30, and it's on the internet, and it's widely viewed in the Westchester area. So it's a really, I'm really proud that there's something in New York to be proud of, because we have a lot of dead areas in New York with not a lot of community media.
Well,
And
we
have
tried anyway.
extremes. We have the big centers in New York City, and we have very small centers just trying to hang on. And we have places with absolutely no peg at all. So, that's kind of, why I'm fired up with public policy. And I sit on the Northeast Region Board with Barbara, and I see the disparity between different states, and different states have different solutions, and we often don't know what's going on in other states. We got a little public policy update in the last session. I was able to ask the experts with Mike last time. And it's really great to get an update of everything that's happening, because it teaches you what's going to get slapped down and what might take, and what might be the alternate routes you can take legally. So I found it very inspiring. Okay, we're just about time. I'm Tony Arian. I'm on the Region Board and the chairman of Alliance for Community Media of New York. And we have on our panel, would you like to introduce yourselves?
Sure. My name is Lisa Beyer. I'm the Executive Director of Catamount Access Television in Bennington, Vermont, but I'm also the chair of the Vermont Access Network Regulatory Committee.
Melinda Garfield, I'm the Executive Director of Westwood Media Center in Massachusetts, and I'm also the President of Mass Access.
My name's Tony Campos. I'm the ED of Central Vermont Community Television and also president of a for-profit company called New England Cooks.
We also have Zebulon Schmidt. He's not in the room at this moment because he's kind of running this conference. You know, I'm his co-chair, but he's doing the lion's share, and he's doing an important errand right now, but he'll join us, and he's the head of Open Stage Media here at Proctors. But he'll be along shortly. We're calling this cord-cutting reality check and survival strategies, and I'm just going to show a few slides. We were trying to do some like a stopgap legislation to allow some donations to go into a special fund, and they said, "Oh, this cord cutting, can you give us some names of some of these companies that we would be trying to get a percentage from, a fee for a state percentage, you know, to have a new income stream for community media?" And without much trouble, we like instantly came up with. Here we go. Next slide. Don't tell me this is not. It's supposed to do with the space bar. Oh, there we go. There's just one. I mean, all of these have different deals, but you know, there's 100 companies that matter most in online video. There's just so many. So in terms of reality check, this is happening and much, much more all the time. I think in the New York City area, there's just even more than these. So the reality check is, it's here, it's happening, and my own cable company, which is now called Altice, you know, mergers and acquisitions all the time, is offering a new box with its own over-the-top product competing with our franchise agreement. You know. So this is why we feel we have to really strategize and be ready for anything. Take a picture, but I mean, this is just such a tip of the iceberg. But I just thought visually, let me just put it, and you'll recognize some of them, and in different areas, there's all other names. There's just so many of them. It goes on and on. So that's just my opening. Involved in public policy, I'll talk about that more when Zeb's in the room. But wanted to get a public policy, state level kind of report of what's been going on, because I really think as states, different states, we can learn a lot from each other. Even though they're set up very different, there are certain strategies that become apparent by somebody else's battles. And we have to always stay in touch and not just stay in our own section of a state or our own state. You know, sitting on the region board, it's eye-opening to see all the different approaches. So we'll start with you with just a little. We've been very active, at least in the Vermont public policy battles, and even have a recent success. So
Yeah.
we'd love to hear that.
So it's probably going to be pretty boring, so I apologize, but policy usually is. But I know that a lot of people here probably don't understand how Vermont regulatory system is set up. It is very different than any of the New England states, and actually different than any state that we're aware of in the country. So we do have a statewide franchising authority, which is the Public Utilities Commission. And I know there was a while back, there was a move for statewide franchising, and that really ruined some places like California and such. But for Vermont, we've been set up this way for a long time, and it really does work for us. So the Public Utilities Commission is, as I said, the franchising authority. And the cable companies have to apply for a certificate of public good, otherwise known as a CPG.
No, there's a paper.
We called Sarah
And ours came out of.
at Channel 6 Broadcast TV
So our.
She's coming
like I said, went to Joe
to see
and
public
to
access TV.
Busby and really tried to do some
Our
homework.
Father
before
who art in heaven.
Crying, to the regulators. But they really felt that it needs to be scrutinized. And I was really pleased with the department's reaction to our questions, and they felt that it was a legitimate thing that needed examination. Whether they'll launch a investigation or not, I don't know, but they're certainly willing to examine it, and then they may compel the Public Utilities Commission to do an audit. So, but I think that we should, if we're all seeing it, then something should be done.
Very good. Linda, if you give us a,
Yeah,
down in Massachusetts.
sure. So I guess I'll save the portion of that for the end, because we're still kind of collecting our data and figuring it out. But as we're different, we have 200 community media centers in Massachusetts. So, and each of them are locally negotiated, so it's not statewide franchised. So it makes our going after state legislation all that more difficult and interesting. I can see, we've talked in the past, and I can see how like your model is definitely enticing as you were kind of like, oh, we need to move to Vermont. But however, I also kind of love our setup as well because we have, these direct relationships that we have with our municipalities. And I think if any of you had come to our meet and greets in the fall, we were actively preaching that the most important relationship we can have right now is to make sure, going back to the state legislation, so we've been working on state legislation ever since I joined the board back in 2012. Last year in Massachusetts, we're in this cycle. I guess it's not always like this, but we're in a 2-year cycle. So we just ended our 2-year legislative session. And in order to get bills heard, it has to be introduced by January of the beginning of that legislative session. So we are actually approaching our January deadline for whatever the heck we're going to do this session. But last session we had 2 bills. The first one was more of an accounting thing, which is actually still alive if any of you are paying attention, which I'm sure you all are. So what happened was in 2014, kicking around, and this goes along with like how do
2 days.
other access centers to
2 days.
we have to
For
do pre-programming
90
relevant to that.
year
So our governor
heart.
now is pressured because of the
Perfect.
opioid crisis. I'm sure in half of our states we have this problem too, but this is one of the huge issues. We need to do more on that. We need to do more on
We are waiting
housing.
for
There's not that.
Sarah.
We need to do more on elder care because
And we
all
are
of our legislators
waiting
are
for
out. We need to figure
5
out
p.m.
what we can do in terms of advocating video advocacy that we can create for them, like local origination, stuff that we're producing, not stuff that our members are producing, stuff that we're producing. I mean, if our members do it, amazing, but we actually have to go in and produce these things. So that was kind of like the takeaway from this last legislative session, like what are we going to offer them? But in terms of the future, so we decided that we were going to hire. We met him once. Dan Cohen. Yeah, Dan Cohen. Dan Cohen is a board member of Nutella. He's a lawyer out of Pittsburgh, and yet, although this is down over here, many of them, the pay category was noted. PPV and VOD was mixed, with some reporting increased and other decreased. We had 7 stations that were 4 to 6% decrease, but we had 8 that were kind of keeping it flat. So it's a mixed bag, kind of, in Massachusetts. I know.
Is that all Comcast, or is that a mix
This
of
is all
providers?
Comcast. Yeah, I know that. I didn't personally see anything put out from Verizon. I don't know if you did, but.
So it could be a slow rollout.
Correct.
Well, yeah, I think Comcast is the first to jump on anything.
Vermont, they just got a
And we know of 3, I think, that have done it. 1 made out very well, I think, in the audit. It cost a lot of money. And then 1, it was absolutely a waste of money. And they only got like
under $1,000.
under $1,000.
It's a crapshoot.
I thought you were gonna say
Well, so that's why we're
Yeah.
like,
But one was the, like,
as the, mass access, we can't tell you, you should go and do this, because it might not yield you anything.
but it's banned, you can do it.
The fact
Yeah.
that Charter did not see a drop is going to be very interesting information to our Department of Public Service, because they were very curious in that, because that's a huge red flag.
All right, so Lisa, can I just segue into me?
Well, we just gotta finish up with New York, which is unfortunately different.
Come on, dear.
Oh, yeah, of course, my slide. Oh, there it is. New York, all the money, all the franchise fee money goes into the general fund. And, yes, general fund.
Each
And
municipality.
there's absolutely no law whatsoever that one penny of it needs or should be spent on cable-related purposes at all. So as a result, we don't have a lot of rich centers that can afford lawyers to do public policy. Our public policy has been basically on a shoestring, mailings, DVDs, and gasoline. It's been all just, ground pounding. Matt Sullivan is with us on these joints, so is Joss, as well as, Zeb Schmidt. I find a lot of these tactics interesting because we have these goals that make that because Mike Watson said they might have something on the national level that would allow us to net tax and everything. That could happen. That wouldn't affect that real fund though. So it's small, but it's something. So all of these little ideas, a little bit from each. But what we're trying to do with our legislative goals, and we may get a bill drafted with these in it maybe next year. In New York, we have different problems. We have huge areas that have no pay at all that we save to another fund, and so now after all these years, 35,000 is their annual budget. Quarter to 5. Quarter to 5. Embarrassing, but true.
Quarter to 5.
So
Quarter to 5.
the only way in this state, because we're so
Thank you.
is to have a minimum standard that, in this day and age, you cannot have a government in this state. This should just be against the law at this point, not to have the tape. Because they don't want transparency. Well, time to end that. That's just got to go. And it may take a changeover in the Senate, which may happen in the next election. But the way things are right now in the present Senate, this would probably never fly. But there's some hope. So a minimum.
Sarah is here. Sarah is here. Quarter to 5.
One of these, these 4 that could get approved. But if there was a minimum one channel for every city or town that had 10,000 people, could be combined PE&G. They would at least get the government and school information, maybe some public access, whatever. But it gets through everything generation now. Because we have one bad word in a piece of it kills everything. So the parity bill. So and that would automatically like I say, it's the goal, because they do good language that works for them all the time, and then all the onslaught of what results with. So we've got to do the same. Well, the third one, this we tried to do on the national level with the CAP Act. And for those who tried to work the CAP Act, it was technically like 40% minimum of the grant. So what does that tell you?
At 5
Yeah,
o'clock we
sure.
leave
This could happen.
and go to the
When
front
product comes out,
to the Mohawk
really
River.
good and really easy, that
Then we
you can
drive up and
grab
see
it
Bow
say,
Down
just
Road.
call this number, and
Then we head to Nassau.
all those other channels that are going to save $100 a month.
And I'd like to go by Route 5.
Grandma doesn't have to get their nephew to install it.
And
That's
I'd
when
like to
we're in
go
trouble,
by
and we could see a massive
the,
increase in franchise fees.
Dunn Memorial
The right
Bridge.
product comes up. So it could be, we could be like declining like this, and then we could get quite a dip, and then that clause in my franchise agreement could get invoked, and it could go and down to zero as they amend.
For franchise, so I called up Lisa, who's chair of me, and I said, I need to team up with you, because I knew Charter didn't have deep pockets like Comcast. And Lisa was right. She said, whatever we get with Charter, we can use against Comcast. I got HD channels. I got the info channel, because we were bleeding them dry. He said, just make the deal happen. And we got it, right, Lisa? But during our research, I realized we're going to be dead anyways. Because these kids are growing up not watching cable. So, I went to my board, it's a 501c3, and I've been doing a cooking show called New England Cooks. And I wanted a project that had a shelf life of 1,000 years, and I could get underwriting. So I went to the Vermont Ag Department and said, I'm going to promote local products. So, I get $30,000. I upgrade my system to Telview. I work with Charlie. Charlie tells me, oh, I bought a smart TV, and it had Roku in it. And I had an Apple box I bought my wife. I said, we got to learn this product. And I did some research. Toshiba of America, they were installing Roku. Everyone was hooking up to the internet. So when Charlie Page says, hey, Telview's going to do a deal with Roku and Apple TV, I go, I want it. All right? So, last year I have a coup. I got a former VP of Reinhardt Food. Reinhardt is the largest food distributor under Cisco. This guy knows the industry. He knows where the money is. So last year, 2 years ago, I got a USDA grant for $25,000. So I'm going to local schools and I'm doing farm to table, the community gardens. You're building into the curriculum. I got a product that doesn't die. It's not a sporting event. It's not a city council. I got something people are looking for. So I said, what I want to do is I want to contact all the New England public access stations, and I say, I want you to pitch me a show with a budget. If we like the show, and we can afford the budget, we're going to go to Reinhardt and Cisco and saying, this is our network. This is what we have. Right now we have 180 90-second segments. We've got 45 one-hour shows. We've got 1,000 local recipes, all free. This is all underwritten. Now I'm saying to myself, how do I keep you guys alive? Because you are assets. I can't go videotaping all New England states. There's boots on the ground. So I see Mike in the elevator. I go, yeah, what are you doing tonight? I go, I'm living the dream. He goes, that's my one. I go, share it with you. And I told him my idea. And I go, share pie. Share pie now. Do it now. So, what they're doing is great, but I'm thinking about tomorrow. We will now, 2 weeks ago, Charter came in. They have to kick the tires once a year. I gotta make sure I'm doing my work. So the woman comes in with her assistant. I said, "You're not gonna give me internet revenue, right?" She goes, "No." I go, "Give me a channel." What? I go, "We got New England Sports Network. You got New England Cable News Network. How about a New England Food and Travel Network?" So 2 weeks from now, I got an appointment with the Suits. I hate the Suits. And I contacted my friend at Mediacom, the 5th largest cable system, because they offered me a channel 4 years ago, but I wasn't ready. I couldn't deliver. So I called them over, I said, "Working with Charter, put the deal back on the table." So I'm trying to think of tomorrow, revenue, alternative revenue, and working with other public access channels. 5 years ago, I asked ACM to put together how many employees we have throughout the country. I think we're the largest employer, one of the largest in telecommunications. So, that's my gig, that's my story, I'm gonna stick with it.
Question for you.
Yeah.
So you have a meeting with the higher ups, obviously.
Suits, I have no idea who it is.
So
Okay. Start tomorrow.
Is that a post?
Oh, it's these are all the doors here, so.
Oh, doors,
Yeah, just go
okay.
right on out, so.
Did we come in this way?
Yeah, we did, yeah. Maybe the other side, I think.
Oh, there's another side?
Well, it's kind of, there's two lobbies here, side by side. And there's an opening in the middle of it where you can go from one side to the other. Anyways, yeah, she's gonna come pick us up. Yeah, I just want to wait inside here because it's probably cold outside. Right? Waiting for it to go out here, so.
Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. Perfect. Every hour's been perfect. What a grand universe. How we all work together, side by side, and we have such a good time. Hi. It's like going to the old-fashioned movies.
Oh, there's money rented, money in town here. Somebody's got it.
There's our bus. Which way is all?
There's an opening in the middle of it where you can go from one side to the other. Anyways, yeah, she's gonna come pick us up. Yeah, I just want to wait inside here because it's probably cold outside. Right? Waiting for it to go out here, so.
Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. Perfect. Every hour's been perfect. What a grand universe. How we all work together, side by side, and we have such a good time. Hi. It's like going to the old-fashioned movies, the way they used to be.
Yeah, it's something here anyway.
The building is so well furbished. Where did the money come from?
Oh, there's money rented, money in town here. Somebody's got it.
There's our bus. Which Which way is Albany, Greg? That way or that way?
Well, we came in from the right, so I think it's,
That way, Albany's that way?
yeah, that way. So this town here, this is the town, they call it Rensselaer. That's the
No, this is the city of Schenectady.
the city of Schenectady.
In the county of Schenectady.
County of,
We are not in Rensselaer County.
or no?
We left Rensselaer County when we left Albany.
Oh, all right.
When we came to Albany, we left Rensselaer County and went into Albany County.
Now it's,
Then we went into Schenectady County.
oh, yeah? Huh? What was it, Friday night here?
You were the only dressed up person on the bus.
Oh, yeah, yeah, just about. The two, yeah, the two of us, right?
Yep. Everybody else was in slouch clothes.
Oh, yeah, well, I guess. I don't know.
What's the building across the street, Greg?
Oh, it's there's like a restaurant over there.
Uh-huh.
A restaurant and an ATM and some shops, I guess.
ATM?
So, yeah.
Not necessarily big. Do you need us to hold that open for you, or you're upset?
I think we should get going, so.
Okay. You can get going.
Okay. All
You-
right.
Greg, you didn't have to carry a thing. The grocery cart carried everything.
Yeah.
Is there any ups and downs here?
No, not right here, but no, just a big sidewalk, and Sarah should be here in a moment. Yeah, I don't know this town. So why? Well, across the street there's a bank, and there's it says a YMCA, there's a pharmacy. Oh, here she is. Oh, here we go.
Can I get in the front, honey?
Yeah, sure, yeah. Yeah, no problem, so.
Are there any ups and downs here? Any
No,
curbs?
it's well, yeah, there's a little step down.
Okay, let me hold on to you, dear.
Well, yeah, we get to it here, so.
Wait a second, honey. Glennie doesn't want to go down.
Be careful.
Sure.
Do you want me to grab something?
We just gotta get this over here,
Yeah.
this down there, and then, it's gonna go. So then there's a yellow, the yellow is just a step here.
It is yellow?
Yeah, that's the edge of the curve right there, so you gotta step down. Okay, yeah, there you go. All right, so, yeah, the front seat's right here. Okay.
Wait a second. He's okay.
Oh, you're right, okay. And,
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to just slip it into wherever it goes in there. So. Okie dokie, there you go.
There you are. Okay, where are we going, Glendora?
Down State Street to Front Street, a right on Front Street, and down to the Stockade, turn around. Is the YWCA still open?
I'm not sure.
Okay, we'll find out.
Well, Sarah, you're doing the driving there, so you can take me wherever you're going to, I guess.
Okay.
You're in the driver's seat there, so.
So you want to go to where? The YMCA?
Just going over.
Yes, I'd like to see Front Street and the stockade.
Okay.
And the
I'm not very familiar with this area, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna.
and the First Reformed Church. You know where the First Reformed Church is down at the stockade?
No, do you?
No.
All right, here. I can plug it in. Oops, I'm kind of blocking that.
Now we are on State Street, aren't we?
We are.
And we're going toward the old General Electric. And we're going toward the Scotia Bridge, aren't we?
Scotia Bridge is that way.
Which way?
It's behind us.
Oh, then okay, we're going the wrong way.
Do you want to go to the Scotia Bridge?
Yes.
Okay, I will go. I know how to get there then.
Here we are going toward.
Well, because we have to go this
California.
way anyways. No worries. Yeah, let me take you to the Scotia Bridge. I know where I'm
Well,
going.
I enjoy seeing any of it, honey. It looks pretty good to me, Sarah. Schenectady looks pretty good to me.
They've done a lot.
Yes, they have. Yeah, tell me what you thought of that discussion about the problems they're
It
having.
was
in
very
cable TV.
interesting. You know, that's kind of how the industry is going right now. Is people are cutting the cord on a
Yes.
daily basis. So
Yeah, things are moving pretty quick.
we're facing that too. So we're getting ahead of it.
What'd you say, Sarah?
We're facing that, so we're getting ahead of it. We sell OTT. We sell over the top. So we can sell commercials within when people are streaming.
No, what? Tell me what that means.
Over the top is basically, it's just a term that they use for when people are streaming TV and movies through a connected device using the internet.
Oh yeah, that's it.
So it's just a term
Also,
that
it
they
reaches
use.
over into you, doesn't it?
Yep, yeah. So we sell both. So we have TV and we sell,
Yeah, I never heard this. Huh.
yeah. But yeah, it's just a term that they use.
What street is this, honey?
I'm not sure. I know where I'm going. I don't know what street this is though. Oh, I don't want to hit you, lady.
I think Schenectady is doing well.
Yeah, the downtown's a lot better.
Now, Schenectady is the county seat of Schenectady County. Where do you live?
So I actually grew up in Scotia, which is over the bridge.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but I didn't spend too much time around here.
Did your mom and dad live in Scotia?
My mom went to Burt Hills and my dad went to Scotia.
Will you ask them if they remember the SS Glendora?
Yeah. You know what? I haven't even
I
asked
think
them
they
that.
do. Aren't they about 68 years old?
So my mom is 57 and my dad's 58.
They're just a little too
A
young.
little too young?
Just a little. They didn't miss it by much.
No.
Oh, well, maybe they missed it by 10 years.
So we're coming onto Union Street.
On the what?
Union Street?
Oh, yeah, this is good.
So do you want me to take you down here on Union?
I want to go down by the Scotia Bridge.
Yeah, so I'll take you down here though and so you can see it, but then we'll cut
Okay.
across and go to the bridge.
Okay.
Did you used to go to Jumping Jacks?
No.
No?
But I used to go by Union College a lot. And
Oh yeah.
do you remember the Steinway house?
No.
Well, he was an electrician for General Electric. He was an electrical scholar,
Mm-hmm.
and he was responsible for many of the General Electric devices, inventions.
Yeah.
And I'll show you his house. It's on Knott Terrace,
Yeah.
Knott Street and Knott Terrace. So we're on Union Street.
So we're gonna be turning onto Union Street and then I'm gonna be taking a left and then we're gonna head towards the Scotia Bridge.
Okay.
So we're heading there now.
And what street is this, honey?
This is Union.
Oh, this is Union.
Yep,
What was
this is
that we
Union.
were on?
That was, I believe, that was Clinton.
What?
Clinton.
Clinton. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that was one of the last things that Desi O'Keefe said to me, that
Yeah.
we sell both.
Yep,
We
do.
we encourage social media.
we do.
Now, let me just ask you quickly about one statistic. Gregory and I boosted one of our commercials, 30-second vegan commercials, on Facebook for $200, and we received 5,800, whatever they call them, reaches. We don't exactly know what they mean by reaches. But that's interesting. For $200, 5,800 reaches in how many days? 14 days, Gregory?
Yes, yeah, either like a week or...
Is it how many people are seeing it though, or
Yeah,
clicking,
that's what
or
we want
clicking?
to know. Yeah.
I think it's how many people are seeing it, not
Well,
the
how many,
clicks.
How many times it shows up on somebody's screen.
Right, exactly. It's how many times people are like seeing it pop up. It's not necessarily them
That they
watching
watch
it
it.
and looking at. Yes,
Yeah, it's
correct.
not like, video views.
So, which is good, but that's not necessarily meaning you're actually penetrating that audience. You know what I mean? That they're actually looking at it.
It's not as good as broadcast TV, is it?
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm definitely for broadcast TV, obviously, but I also think it's a good mix to do digital and broadcast, because you're reaching a different audience. Your best thing is you want to try to reach everyone, you know what I mean? So not everyone watches cable or broadcast anymore. And it's all social media.
No, but I'll tell you this, Sarah.
Yes.
This is my 47th year on cable TV. I do not hear the response. I do not hear the viewership. But on your station, every day, Gregory and I hear somebody say, "We saw your commercial on TV."
Oh, well, that's good.
Now what street are we on, hon?
This, I believe, is Erie Boulevard.
Erie Boulevard?
I think so, yeah. Let me just double check. Yep, it's Erie Boulevard. No, I'm going to go down one more.
This town is something. It's a mix of the old and the new.
A little bit, yeah. So that street we were just on, State Street,
Harper.
which was Proctors. So we kind of just did a little square.
Could get a good haircut.
So this will take us to Scotia Bridge.
Good. I get the idea that Schenectady is big because we gone in so many circles.
Yeah, we just basically did one giant square. Now, did you ever think about doing OTT?
What's that, honey?
The streaming, so when people are streaming shows and movies, we can insert your commercial spot when they're streaming those shows.
Oh, tell me more about it. How many people do you reach?
So it's not really necessarily how many people we reach. We like to say it's kind of people are creating their own prime time. So it's really when they're choosing to watch a TV show or movie.
Say that again.
So it's basically you can pay for how many people you want to reach. Because, because it's basically, as a user, you can watch TV and movies whenever you'd like.
Can you find the old bowling alley? Is this the old General
bowling
Electric?
alley is that
Is this the Van Curler Hotel?
That's us. No, I don't think so.
There isn't any old Van Curler Hotel, is that right? It's gone down?
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know
Where's
that.
the Scotia Bridge?
Up here.
Yeah, that's it. Now, 4 buildings beyond the Scotia Bridge, okay? 2 buildings if you'd go slowly. Can you see the Mohawk River now?
It's going to be coming up.
Okay. What's that building? Is that General Electric?
No, we're going to be passing it.
Okay, this is all General Electric, honey?
Nope, this is Schenectady Community College.
It is?
Yes.
Is it the old General Electric?
I have no idea. When we pass the bridge, you'll see General Electric to the left. Actually, you
isn't
can
that
see
the
it right
Mohawk?
there. You can see it up there a little bit.
Isn't that the Mohawk River?
Yep, this is the Mohawk we're going to be
The
passing.
kids used to call it the Schmohawk. And this is Schenectady Junior College. Isn't that interesting? And
So
this-
those are all dorm rooms now. They created dorm rooms for their
Wow.
students. Those are all it to the left.
that big?
Mhm.
Wow. And
Yeah.
now where's the Scotia Bridge, hon?
Straight ahead. We're
Oh.
gonna be on it.
Oh, we're going over the Scotia. No, don't go over it, honey.
Oh, okay. Where do you want to go then?
I want to go to the right of the Scotia Bridge,
Oh, okay.
down Front Street.
Okay,
To
I gotta
the right of
I
the
gotta get
Scotia
over
Bridge.
then. We might have to go over it.
Yeah, we want to be on this side of it, hon.
I don't know if I can get over.
You can't get over?
I'll
Okay.
try.
Well, just go to Scotia and turn around. There's the Mohawk River, Greg. It's a big river, Greg. It goes way, way up.
Okay, hold on.
Good for you, babe.
Okay, this
Now
is.
are we on Front Street?
Nope, this is Washington. But let me plug in Front Street because I don't know where Front Street is.
I don't even know if that's the name of it.
Oh, okay. Where is there a building you're trying to see?
On the street, perpendicular to the Scotia Bridge. Okay, we can just drive around.
Yeah, this is Washington Street.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know.
this is Washington. All right, maybe it is Washington. Is this a stockade?
This is the stockade. Yeah.
Okay, you're on the right street.
Okay.
Now, do you see the First Reformed Church, Greg? First Reformed Church?
Here's Front Street, right here.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. Wait, that's a bowling alley, isn't it?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
No, they're like houses and stuff.
It's just this is all housing.
Yes, this is all townhouses?
Yeah.
Now, here was where the YWCA is. What is the building now?
I don't know. I think they're all just houses.
Yeah, it looks like, well, there's a big brick, couple-story house there in the end. And other than that, I don't know. I've never been here before, so.
All right, that was fun. Would you go back along that building?
Sure. It's pretty down here, isn't it?
Do you see anything, Greg, that looked like it might have been the YWCA?
I don't know, but there's a big church there coming up.
Oh, that's a big church. Is it the First Reformed Church, Greg?
A big steeple on it.
The old YWCA was up here on the main drag.
The MCA.
YMCA?
No, it's the WCA.
Oh, WCA? I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't say what kind of church. Oh, it says, yeah, First Reformed Church.
Oh.
There we are. Now can we turn around and go back?
Yeah.
You know, they were excavating over here.
That's what that church was.
Back in 1956, they were excavating,
Mm-hmm.
and they came across a skeleton.
Oh.
It was an Indian.
Yeah, we kind of came in and pushed the Indians out.
Yeah. We did.
What's this psychic? That's amazing. It'll be dark.
What street are we on now, Greg?
This is the,
This is Union Street, I believe.
Oh, Union
wait.
Street.
Hold on.
yeah, Union, yeah.
Yeah.
Union Street here, so.
This is Ferry.
What street is this on?
North Ferry.
North what?
Ferry. Ferry.
What?
This is a
North
St.
what?
George. North Ferry.
Oh, Ferry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there used to be, where, what?
St. George's Church. So this is where there's a, is that an Indian
Yeah.
statue?
So I forget the story behind that
Yeah,
though.
there's a little drive around here circle with an
Yeah.
Indian statue there.
Yeah,
Right here, to your left.
It must have been.
and that was the stockade?
I don't know about that. It shows it. Yeah, this is a circle here. So.
Now we're on Front Street, huh?
Another nice old house.
We're going back.
Okay, slowly, please.
Yep. I'll pull over so this guy can go around me.
And stop in front of the building that you think might have been the YWCA?
I don't know, honestly.
What is that? Is that the building that used to be the studio or something? Or?
No, the studio I'd like to stop in front of, that's down right on the Mohawk River. So is the YWCA. These houses must be awfully expensive, Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they must.
They must be awfully expensive.
Nice place to live right here.
Do you see the old studio? The old bowling alleys?
No.
Are we to the Scotia Bridge?
Yeah, the Scotia Bridge is to the right of us.
All right, hold on just a second. Do you see anything that might have been a bowling alley? A
No.
one-story building?
Nowadays,
Commercial?
tell.
Not a house?
No, they're all houses down here.
They're all houses.
Yeah.
Okay, Sarah. I say a prayer for all my friends that we worked together here and we had such a good time and we did good work and we enjoyed it. Now, Sarah, can we go up Union Street, not Terrace, past Union College, past the Steinway House,
Sure.
and then up to Balltown Road and over Palmer Avenue? Could we go up Union Street and go over Palmer Avenue?
Sarah, are you getting this?
Sure.
Okay.
What was it called? The Steinway House?
Yeah, it's right in a circle. It's right in a terrace. I think it's on not Terrace.
I'm gonna have to plug that in because I don't know where that is. The Steiner?
Yeah, what we need is we need an old phone book from like 1960. I can like look up stuff. See what it was.
All right, are we going by the entrance to Union College?
No, but I can go there.
Okay, whether we see the Steinway House or not.
A lot of work.
You know, Sarah, General Electric had a very famous electronic engineer.
Yeah.
His name was Walter R.G. Baker,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what WRGB is named after.
Ah.
What?
Whoa.
What street are we on, honey?
This is Union.
What's up there?
Bridge says it's a
What
bridge.
throughway is that?
It's not a throughway.
It's like
It's
a
just a
railroad
connecting.
bridge.
Yeah.
It says 1905.
And it was Walter R.G. Baker who moved the electronics division from Schenectady to Syracuse, and that was the first blow to General Electric.
Oh. Gotcha.
Photo Video Productions. There's the post office.
Gregory, get out your camera.
Oh yeah. All right. Okay. Recharge the battery.
And what street is this, Sarah?
Still Union Street.
Yeah, that's it. Union Street goes right up to Balltown Road, doesn't it?
Yeah. So we'll go to Union College, and then I'll take you up to Balltown Road.
Okay. And General Ice Cream, Seal Test Ice Cream used to be on Knott Terrace.
So this is Union.
And this isn't,
This is Union College right here.
oh, where? Oh,
Right here.
There's Union College, oh goody.
Hmm.
Oh goody.
That's all Union.
That's a
Here
great,
it is, right
that's
here.
a great college.
There it is.
What?
Union. That's
Yeah.
the front.
And you know who's on, is that okay to go through a red light?
Wasn't that green?
Oh, okay. You know who's there on Knott Terrace now? Price Chopper.
Yep.
That's their address.
Yep. I don't know, but I know exactly where they are.
To God be the glory, great things he hath done. And this is Union Street.
Yep, we're still on Union, and we're gonna go all the way to Balltown.
Stop at Palmer Avenue and make a left on Palmer Avenue.
Okay, where's
and
that?
It's about 2 streets before Balltown, 2 or 3.
Okay.
I have a funny story to tell you about that. Tape, video didn't come in until 1962. Do you believe that?
Wow.
And of course it was black and white. And so WRGB bought their first Ampex tape machine. The videotape was 2 inches.
Oh my goodness.
2 inches.
Ooh.
The Ampex machine was between you and me. It was that big.
Ah,
A spool of tape was this big.
that's crazy.
An hour tape weighed about 60 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
So they had to try it out. So they decided to try it out on Glendora Satellite 6, a 45-minute show. And they made so many mistakes that by the time they finished it, I could have gone on live.
Ah,
But they did it, and they broadcast it.
wow.
And I'm going home to Palmer Avenue. I came walking down Balltown Road, and I'm going down Palmer Avenue home. And a woman opens the door, a mother, and she says, "Billy, Glendora's on." And Billy says, "Well, I'm not going to watch that stupid show." And he turned around, and I'm going down the sidewalk.
Oh my god. Ah, that's funny.
It's nicer than Poughkeepsie.
Okay. Would you mind going to Albany by Route 5, or would you?
Yeah, actually, I need to get to Albany. What do you guys need to get to Albany?
Well, it isn't that. It's just I'd like to take the old road. Wow, fellow. So, are you okay with that?
Yeah, I need to go to Albany, so if that works for you.
Sure.
Okay.
You got to stop to make there?
No, I have to go see my sister.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all for that.
Nice looking house.
Now we are going toward Albany now?
See
No,
Balltown.
I do.
Okay.
But I just don't know my directions.
Yep, so we're in Schenectady. We're going to Balltown.
Okay, and Albany's back that way?
Well, Albany, if we come up here, it's up. Yeah, so it's kind of to the right of us.
Albany's
then-
in front of us or behind us?
Schenectady's here, and then Albany's kind of to the right to get on the thruway.
That way, huh?
Yeah.
Now we are going toward Albany now?
Nope, I thought you wanted to see
No,
Balltown.
I do.
Okay.
But I just don't know my directions.
Yep, so we're in Schenectady. We're going to Balltown.
Okay, and Albany's back that way?
Well, Albany, if we come up here, it's up. Yeah, so it's kind of to the right of us.
Albany's
then-
in front of us or behind us?
Schenectady's here, and then Albany's kind of to the right to get on the thruway.
That way, huh?
Yeah.
And I was wondering, can we go into the driveway of WRGB? Would anybody mind that? And drive behind the TV station?
Yeah, I wish
And
I
then
could
down-
take you guys in, but we're under construction right now.
Yeah, I
so-
understand. And then drive out the other driveway?
Sure.
Because right at that driveway, honey, was the house where I lived.
Oh my goodness.
How was that for walking to work?
Wow.
Those were the days. 1955, Sarah, to 1962.
Oh my goodness.
When were you born?
I was born in 1988. I'm 30 years old.
Are you?
I am. Oops, sorry, guy.
Do you see Palmer Avenue yet?
No, I don't.
How many blocks to Motown?
We're coming up on it soon. Like a couple more blocks.
Okay, it's on the left.
Okay, I'll take a look. That's Regent.
There used to be a grocery store in the corner, and grocery stores aren't anymore. The supermarkets took over.
Mm-hmm.
Did you make any sales today?
Not today. I did yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah, today is mostly catch up on desk work stuff. That's what I typically do Fridays for, is catching up.
Oh,
Yeah.
what was the sale yesterday?
For Cat's Eye Pest Control.
For what, darling?
Cat's Eye Pest Control.
Yeah.
Have you heard of them?
No.
No,
Tell me
Cat-
about them, Gregory.
Cat's Eye. They're one of the biggest pest control companies in the capital region.
Oh,
And they're actually expanding in Boston, Providence, so they're branching out. Oh, this is Palmer. Do you want me to turn on Palmer?
yep.
Okay.
Now, just about the third or fourth house before the end on the right-hand side, if you would stop a minute for a moment of silence.
Palmer.
It isn't run down, is it?
No.
It's pretty residential, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Some people, they had like big,
Now, it's a little house.
cement block or brick houses, then they just paint the brick.
It's a little wood frame house, Sarah. Old-fashioned house. Are you about 3 or 4 houses from the end?
I think Palmer keeps continuing, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got a stop sign in the middle of it here, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, so it might be up here.
You know, Freihofer used to come around in a truck
Oh, yeah?
and deliver door to door.
Is it on the left or right?
It's on this side.
Okay, I'll pull.
There's a brick house.
So, looks like it's gotta
Now,
be one
now
of
you
these.
should be coming out on Balltown Road the other way. Turn,
Balltown's to the right of us.
yeah,
Yeah, so these are the last couple of houses.
yeah.
Yeah, there's 1208 and then 1210.
Oh, thank you, Greg.
Yeah, you don't think the numbers have changed, do you?
I think you've done it, honey.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's, I don't know what number that is. That's the one at the end of the street.
Yep. And this is where the boy said I wouldn't watch that stupid show.
Oh, really?
Now we're coming up to Balltown, right?
Yep,
And we turn left.
yep.
Oh, gee, this is fun. Has Balltown Road changed a lot? It was mostly field.
Not really. There's a high school there, Niskuna High School.
Are we on Balltown now?
Coming up to it right here.
Okay. And what street is this, Union? No.
This is Story Ave.
What is it?
Story Ave?
Story Ave.
It's a Story Avenue, I guess. Yeah, there's a big hill here with a big water tower on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a hill road here.
Balltown, 1400's that way. Look at that tree. What a nice tree. Now, Gregory's name is Gregory Charles Washburn. And what's your middle name, Sarah?
Kimberly.
Oh, how pretty.
Thank you.
And then how do you spell your last name?
Kasparian. It's K-A-S-P-A-R-I-A-N.
And that's your family name?
Nope, that's my husband's name. My
Oh.
family name is Helm.
H-E-L-M? And this is Route 146, isn't it? No, that's out there.
Yeah. My
Does
goodness.
Balltown Road have a route number?
I don't know. My goodness, this is tricky. There's lots of traffic on Balltown Road, that's for
Oh,
sure.
it's- oh, yeah.
It is awful.
Oh, yes. Well, anyway, my mother was a big customer of Freihoffer, door to door. Yeah, and so she'd given the Freihoffer man a great big order, and he went out the door as happy as can be, and he grabbed the door knob to close the door, and the doorknob came off.
Oh my goodness.
And he walked away with it in his hand.
Ah.
And what property is this, Sarah, right here?
I'm not sure. That's just, it's the water tower, yeah.
It says Niskayuna.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big hill. Maybe there's a water tank or something. up there or something.
Looks like a park.
It's got a big fence.
Yeah, clearly they don't want anyone getting in there.
Well,
that's
it's
for sure.
maybe it's a ball field or something. Maybe, I don't know. Up there. A lot of antennas. Oh, Glendora, you have to, you have to just aim the camera down a little bit because it's pointed up at the
Like
sky.
that?
Yeah, like that's better. Yeah.
Thank you. Are you doing better camera work than I am, I hope?
Well, I'm doing okay, but here's CBS.
Wait, I gotta see Balltown Road. Could you hold it still?
So here, I'll come up a little so you can see up here.
Now these trees were not here, baby. These trees were not here. Are we in the driveway of Balltown Road?
Mm-hmm.
It used to be closer to the building. Okay.
This is it.
Sarah, one day Governor Harriman was going to be on the Ernie Tatro show,
Mm-hmm.
and he drove up in his limousine with his chauffeur to the front door, and he got out, and then a second car drove up behind him, and it was Governor Harriman's dog.
Oh, wow.
And this is your parking lot.
Yeah.
And is this WRGB back here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's
This
Sarah,
whole
isn't that
building.
new? Isn't that new, honey?
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't used to be that way, did it?
Not that I know.
It didn't go that far back, did it?
I don't think so.
Where's the entrance to the back entrance of the building?
Here's the back entrance.
Yes, right there. Yep. This was all field.
Oh, really?
Oh, this was all field, yeah. Who owns that? Do you know?
I don't know.
When you're under construction.
Yeah.
So Sarah, the station here is 24/7, right?
Yep.
It's going all the time.
Now, Sarah, would you stop at the end of the driveway, hon?
Sure.
That's where the talent office was, right there.
Mm-hmm. That's where it still is. That's where our talent gets ready and everything.
Now, stop at the end, would you?
Mhm.
Tell me what's over here.
So this is the.
What's over here?
So this is just all fields. That's Balltown Road.
That's all field?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a White House there?
Nope. No White House.
Okay, well, that was a house where we lived.
Oh.
And we just walked to work.
Oh,
that way.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Is that? No, that's not white, is it?
Well, maybe not now. It's better
Yeah,
than
it might. Yeah. It might be one of those houses, though.
Could you go right here, dear, and then down the next left?
Yeah, I have to go back around, though.
Oh, okay. Is this a building?
Uh-huh. That's CBS right here.
That's what?
CBS. That's WRGB.
Oh. It used to be green, Sarah. The color of money.
I wonder what they're throwing out there. Oh, you're doing a lot of renovation, I guess. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
I see. That's something.
Now, where are we now? On Balltown Road?
Yeah.
Can you take the first left, huh?
Yep. That's one of my colleagues.
Oh, no, now we're going, you want to go that way, okay.
No, this is Balltown. Yeah, this is Balltown Road.
Now we're going to your sister's, right?
So where do you guys need to go?
To Nassau.
Okay, how are you getting there?
I was thinking, could we go to Route 5 to Albany, Could we
Okay.
go over the Dunn Memorial Bridge? In other words, you just follow
Okay.
follow Route 9 and 20.
Okay.
And then could we go to Nassau?
How far is that?
From Albany, it's only like 20 miles.
Okay. Because I have to be at my sister's by like 6:30 because we have plans. I didn't know you needed to go to Nassau.
Oh yeah, that was the point of the whole thing. To
Oh
get
my
to-
God. So, well, I need to take you there then or tell my sister I'm going to be late.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, can you give me do you have the address
Where
of
you're
where
going?
I need to take, where I need to take
okay,
you?
you're going to 45 Elm Street,
Okay.
Nassau Village, 12123.
45 Elm Street. So it's 45 Elm.
What is it, baby? Where is she, Greg? Where, honey? Where are you? Oh, poor little kitty.
No, she's by the, by, on your desk, by the desk.
She's by the desk? On the
Yeah.
floor?
No, by the lamp.
Oh, we're back, baby. We didn't leave you. Did you ever hear her cry like that, Greg?
No, not that much.
Oh, baby, we're back. We're back.
Here's the, we call it the happy house.
Oh, Greg, she's much better. Greg, she's much better. She's much better since the Advantage 2. Sarah, will you get a piece of paper off of the
Sure.
printer?
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Oops, sorry.
Oh,
There you go.
we're back, baby. We're back.
Here's
Okay.
the piece of paper.
Now, wait. Is that $100 bills?
No, but it's checkbook.
Let's check it. Huh?
Oh, it's right here.
Where?
Up here.
That's it, honey. How about a light, Greg? Hold on. Now, Sarah, would you write out received?
Yeah.
Received of Glendora. You got
Do you
a
have
chair,
a
honey?
pen?
Yes, right in here. There's
Oh, okay.
pens. You don't have to write it big because I'll never be able to see it, hon.
Okay.
Just write it any size.
I see a marker here. Can I use a marker?
Sure, that's a good
Okay.
thing. Okay, honey, here we go.
Okay, what am I writing?
Received of Glendora.
Received to Glendora.
Yep. Dollar sign. $9,900 cash.
Okay.
4 5 spelled out FIVE.
Mhm.
Then 30 dash second.
Mhm.
Commercials.
Mhm.
Monday through Friday. She wants to meet you, isn't that
Oh.
cute? She wants to meet you, isn't that cute?
Okay.
Okay, 5 30-second commercials.
Mhm.
Okay, Monday through Friday.
Mhm.
The first week of.
Mhm.
Yes, honey, we'll take care of it. The first week of every month
Mhm.
of 2018.
Mhm.
Anno Domini. That's a capital A, N-N-O. And then a capital D is in dog.
Mhm.
O-M,
Mhm.
I-N-I.
Mhm.
Now, where were we? 30-second, every month of the year, of 2019 Anno Domini equals 60 spots.
Okay.
4,
Mhm.
okay. Equals 60 spots, positioned, circa, or as close positioned as close to 6:45 p.m. as possible. Don't you think that covers it?
Yeah.
Can you think of it? Dear Gregory, shut off the cameras, which you shouldn't have. And Sarah left. Glennie washed her hands and her face and got the germs out of her nose. Don't let Flash in until we have a chance to treat him. Gregory is kindly
here's a-
opening .com's
There's a link. there.
linkets, and I'll take one. Thank you, Greg.
All right.
And he's going to put a cloth over the other one. And could I have her dish, please? Uh,
Sure.
Third drawer down on the left. Thank you.
Third drawer. Yeah, this must be this is her dish, isn't it? It's empty. The silver dish here.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So I'll put,
Would you like a hot dog, Greg, before they go in the refrigerator?
oh, no, not right now, so no, I'm pretty good right now, so. But I'll put it in the fridge here, so. Well, how about if you mind if I heat this cream of broccoli soup up?
That's a good idea.
Do that, so I can try that out, so. I'll try it out.
And when you go out tonight, will you put out, will you go to Family Dollar and buy some white bread?
Tonight?
Yeah, when you're going out, right?
Yeah, maybe in a little while, I guess, or.
Well, if you don't go out, okay, but if you do go out, 5 loaves of bread and give 2 to the deer.
Oh, okay, all right.
And thank you.
All right, so, okay. So, 1 can of milk. Put the milk in this, but he doesn't want to have it. One thing at a time here. One thing at a time.
This is a linkette, and it's vegan. And I've got it all mashed up for the kitty cat. And I'm going to sit right here with her while she's sitting there. There's some Ritz crackers too, Greg. Yes, I do.
Coffee, all of that. Is there any, I don't know if you want me to point out the vegan options for Glendora.
Okay,
Yeah.
and look at it.
Did I- okay, all right.
Okay, and I'm crossing out Marvin.
Now we want to introduce Brian O'Shaughnessy, our Vice President for Student Affairs, and the person whose idea it was to create this honorary event. So thank you all.
Thank you, Vince. It's a great honor today to have this impressive group of very talented achievements back on campus for this, our 4th co-curricular Hall of Fame induction, and the official induction of finally our actual physical location of it. We've had some struggles with that over the past few years, and I'm glad it's found its home in the Collegino Lounge of the Schwartz Campus Center. The Student Government Association in 2011 actually was the impetus for the Co-Curricular Hall of Fame. It recognizes AIC alumni whose students made a significant impact on campus life. We hope that it inspires new generations of student leaders. We have some new student leaders here today that share some commonalities with those who have come back from the past. Really, involvement in co-curricular life on a college campus is sometimes overlooked. It's a hidden gem of the campus. Today we recognize an inductee class that had leaders from student government, chairs of Model Congress, student activities coordinators, leaders in athletics and Greek life, resident assistants or resident advisors depending on your era, leaders of Pride, LASSO, AIC Radio, and other organizations. We're fortunate to have Glendora Buell, class of 1950, here today. When Glendora was a student, some of you may recognize this name, Professor Henrietta Littlefield was actually a real person and not just the name on an award. She was one of the college's early administrators, and one of our awards, most prestigious awards, is named after her. Emily Rivera, class of 1997, actually earned that honor her senior year in winning that award. So Glendora would have known Professor Littlefield. When Glendora left AIC to become a pioneer of public access television, Henrietta Littlefield was already a pioneer of her age, as I mentioned, being a strong role model and the essentially organizer of co-curricular student life at AIC. She was the first professional administrator to oversee student activities. Both Kia Prescott-Bando, Kia remembers those though. Kia was an MC of the fashion show back in the day. As you can clearly see, this inductee class represents the finest of AIC's past, but they also personify AIC's current mission and vision. Some of you have heard this before, and I apologize, but I think it's important to state often that AIC has an amazing history. Our mission has been to transform lives through providing access, opportunity, and diversity, and it's an excellent mission. AIC has done this since 1885, and AIC is way ahead of its time in doing so. In 1885, most colleges and universities that existed were for the elite, in other words, the rich white male. Our college was different. We were known as French Protestant College back in 1885, and our purpose wasn't to educate the elite, it was to educate first-generation working-class immigrant males from Canada. Though it took a few years to enroll students from all religions and to also enroll women, our college history has always been inclusive of all races. 7 years later, in 1892, and on the early side of history, we began admitting women to our fold of access, opportunity, and diversity nearly 30 years before they were given the right to vote. In fact, when Glendora graduated in 1950, there were 14 members of the college administration in total under President John Homer Miller. 14 administrators, Vince, can you imagine that? 10 of those were women. In 1893, our name was changed by President Samuel Lee. He said, forget about having to be Protestant. Our college is going to be inclusive to anyone who wants to better themselves through education. He also said we're going to keep our costs affordable for the working class. And he said we're going to celebrate being American. So he dropped Protestant, he replaced it with American, and our college became known as French American College. Lee did this to symbolize the opportunity that a college education in the United States provides. 10 years later, in 1903, President Lee decided to drop French, and French American College became American International College. President Lee did this to tell the world that our amazing college welcomes all first-generation immigrants, and not just the French from Canada. Most people don't understand our name, which is why I like to include a small bit of history whenever I speak, so please spread the word about our history. Our college was also on the early side of history when it welcomed and sponsored veterans into education programs before the existence of the government-sponsored programs, the GI Bill. Our college in the 1960s was on the early side of history in developing diversity education, when college faculty and administration stood in march alongside our students during civil rights and war protests. Students, together with administration and faculty, founded one of our oldest organizations, Persons Ready in Defense of Ebony, known for short as PRIDE. We have past and present leaders of PRIDE here today. And from the 60s through today, where most colleges still talk about creating diversity, AIC has lived it every day of its existence. I go into this for a few different reasons. AIC has certainly changed and evolved since the time our inductees were here on campus. But at the same time, it really hasn't. When 6 out of 7 of our inductees were students, AIC had just built a new health sciences building. Students complained about their access to the internet, to res life and student government, and student leaders worked for positive change on campus. Today, AIC has just built a new health science building. Students complain about the speed of the internet, to res life and student government, and student leaders are continuing to work for positive change on campus. Our college needed to work to be better when our inductees were students, and our college still needs to work to be better now. Every person here has contributed to making AIC better. Today we see that sentiment reflected in banners and signs throughout campus that read higher dedication. But before it was branded into words, these inductees lived higher dedication. Though sometimes unnoticed, the work of student leaders is paramount to the success of American International College. Thanks to each of you for sharing your talents and treasure with AIC and beyond. It is with great pride that I induct you each now into the Co-Curricular Hall of Fame. So, Please come to the podium when I call your name and read your bio. If you wish to make some remarks, feel free. If you don't, that's totally fine. Surprise though, Yolanda, I'm doing this in reverse order. So, so Yolanda, could you come up to the podium, please? Congratulations. Now stand, I want to talk about it. Yolanda McCormick, MS, graduated from American International College with a Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice and Sociology in 2003, and a Master of Science in Criminal Justice in 2005. She also earned a Master of Science in Mental Health Counseling from Capella University in 2014. An AIC co-curricular award winner and Who's Who Among Students in American Universities and Colleges inductee, McCormick served as a resident advisor and student activities coordinator. She was a member of Persons Ready in Defense of Ebony, a volunteer at Homer Street School in Springfield, and part of the Partners program. McCormick is a licensed mental health clinician with Mecklenburg County Government's Child Development Community Policing Program in Charlotte, North Carolina. She came a long way to be here today. McCormick began her career with the Massachusetts Department of Children and Families as a social worker and emergency response worker. That was from all her RA training. After relocating to North Carolina, she worked for several local nonprofit organizations, including Monarch, the Safe Alliance Domestic Violence Shelter, and Daymark Recovery Services. She later joined Mecklenburg County as a senior social worker. She is a licensed professional counselor in the state of North Carolina and is pursuing her certification, can't even say that word today, as a trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapist. McCormick was a member of the American Counseling Association and Chi Upsilon Chi chapter of Chi Sigma Iota, the Counseling Academic and Professional Honor Society International. Yolanda lives in Charlotte, North Carolina. So congratulations, Yolanda.
As you were talking, I did remember that I was a part of Model Congress and I was a part of student government, and I was the DJ on the radio station too. So I did a lot.
That's why your name's on the wall. Keyshawn. Getting blinded by the flash career with the Massachusetts Department of Children and Families as a social worker and emergency response worker. That was from all her RA training. After relocating to North Carolina, she worked for several local nonprofit organizations, including Monarch, the Safe Alliance Domestic Violence Shelter, and Daymark Recovery Services. She later joined Mecklenburg County as a senior social worker. She is a licensed professional counselor in the state of North Carolina and is pursuing her certification, can't even say that word today, as a trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapist. McCormick was a member of the American Counseling Association and Chi Upsilon Chi chapter of Chi Sigma Iota, the Counseling Academic and Professional Honor Society International. Yolanda lives in Charlotte, North Carolina. So congratulations, Yolanda.
As you were talking, I did remember that I was a part of Model Congress and I was a part of student government, and I was the DJ on the radio station too. So I did a lot.
That's why your name's on the wall. Keyshawn. Getting blinded by the flash bulbs too, so I'm like, oh, yeah, that's crazy. So Keyshawn Dodds. Congratulations. Keyshawn Dobbs, MED, earned his Bachelor of Science in Education in 2001 from American International College and completed his Master of Education in 2009. A member of the AIC Yellow Jackets football team from 1997 to 2002, Dobbs was also involved in student government, serving as a class representative during his sophomore and junior years. He was an active member of Persons Ready in Defense of Ebony, including a year as secretary, and then went on in later years to actually serve as advisor of Pride in his role as Director of Diversity. He was also president of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity and inducted into Who's Who Among Students in American Universities and Colleges in 2001. Dobbs is the executive director of the Boys and Girls Club Family Center in Springfield, Massachusetts, and was previously the director of alumni at AIC, as well as the director of diversity and community engagement. He was also an elementary school teacher in Springfield and served as mayoral aide for former Springfield Mayor Charlie Ryan. We joke that Keyshawn's whole life has been within a certain small geography in Springfield, and that Actually, the only place that's been a little further out is where he actually lives, but every place he's worked has been within a stone's throw from this place. Selected as the 2018 Ubora Award recipient by the Springfield Museum's African Hall Subcommittee, Dodds has also been honored as part of Business West 40 Under 40 in 2012 and as the recipient of Stone Soul Cookouts Community Leader Award in 2015. In 2016, he became an Amazon best-selling author with his science fiction novel, Menzuo, The Calling of the Sun Prince. Dodds resides in Springfield with his wife Tammy and daughter Sydney, and I haven't been nice to him today, but because Sydney is here. But I just have to indicate that there is a photo on the wall over there of Keyshawn in a fashion show lineup. And when I asked for that to be placed on the wall, the marketing department said, "Why are we putting a photo of adult film stars on the wall?" So, congratulations, Keyshawn.
Good morning, everyone. Please excuse my attire. My 98 football team is being honored at halftime, so I have to do double duty. So I feel a little bit out of place. My wife's gonna kill me, but it's for a good thing. This is all represented for AIC. But the best thing about AIC is I wish you guys can just move this building and you can see my house where I grew up. I went to school right down the street. After I graduated from AIC, I worked across the street. Brian wasn't lying. I literally have lived 5 minutes away from AIC my entire life. But Springfield has been so much of a blessing to me, and also AIC, my family. This is not just friends. You guys have been family for me. Kia, I can never forget how gracious you were to make me busy on campus from the first day I got here. And it's been my big sister ever since. And everything that Brian has done for me as a student, when I first started here, he first started here as a director of Res Life, and has been my big brother. And I always say he's a little bit too old, but a great friend and a great role model for me to actually build my career after. I'm back at the community center that I grew up in as executive director and building a better life for the future for my kids in the city of Springfield. And I hope that you guys can just, when you go to the football field, look across the track and see where I work. Literally 5 minutes away from where I live. So AIC has been a blessing to me, and I'm proud to have my bachelor's and also my master's from here. And you know, my family that I'll never forget and always know that I can call on when needed. So thank you for everything.
Elizabeth, you're up. So Elizabeth Perez is another person that's never really left AIC, and I'll get a little bit into that as well. Elizabeth Perez, MS, earned her bachelor's degree from AIC in 1999, majoring in political science and criminal justice. She completed her Master's of Science in Forensic Psychology in 2016 and is currently working toward her doctorate in educational psychology with a concentration in mental health counseling at AIC. So, congrats once achieved. I know that AIC will certainly be proud of you again. During her undergraduate studies, Perez was a leader on the AIC campus, inducted into among students in American universities and colleges in 1999. She was the co-founder and president of the Latin American Student Organization, program director and general manager of WAIC campus radio station, co-chair of the 59th Model Congress, and member of Persons Ready in Defense of Ebony. Perez was also a tutor at Homer Street School in Springfield, Mass., and involved with residence life. While completing her bachelor's degree, she was a victim's witness advocate for the Hamden County District Attorney's Office and has been a social worker and supervisor with the Massachusetts Department of Children and Families for the last 19 years. A Springfield, Mass. resident, Perez is engaged to AIC alumnus Douglas Ford. She plans to pursue teaching while continuing to assist those with mental health needs. Congratulations, Elizabeth.
Planning on giving a speech, but I do have my daughter here, so I just wanted to say that it's an honor to be honored here today and be amongst friends and family, and you know, such great memories here from when I first started. I moved to Springfield when I came to college, and not knowing a living soul, and this is my family, and I've maintained to live here, and great things have come out of Springfield, and I just want to show my daughter that there's a group of people here that have excelled and continue to excel every single day, and to keep showing her and our other kids here in the room as well that we continue to pursue our education, no And so much has happened and changed in this college, and it's wonderful. Some of which I wish we had when we were first here back then. But I know that it's going to continue to excel, and whenever they need to reach out, please do so. Thank you.
Kia Prescott Bando. We need to make this quick because Kia's due any minute now. So Kia Prescott Bando, MPAC, graduated from American International College in 1999 with a Bachelor's of Science in Biology. Recipient of several co-curricular awards and inducted into Who's Who among students at American universities and colleges in 1999, Bando was an active member of the AIC community, serving as student activities coordinator from 98 to 99, and was a resident advisor from 97 to 1999. She was also a cheerleader. Can you do that today? Or women's lacrosse player, member of the biology club, as well as Persons Ready in Defense of Ebony. She went on to earn her master's of physician assistant from Eastern Virginia Medical School in 2007 and is currently a physician assistant at Dana-Farber Cancer Institute's Gynecologic Oncology Program at the Susan F. Smith Center for Women's Cancers. And everybody in the room should be amazed that I was able to say that, and amazed at Kia's professional career. Bando is a volunteer for Big Brothers Big Sisters of Massachusetts Bay in Boston. She was also honored for her involvement with the YMCA Achievers Program through the YMCA of Greater Boston. A first-generation Trinidadian American, Bando and her husband Kojo reside in Hyde Park, apparently literally down the street from where I used to live until about 4 months ago, and I didn't know until like the day after I sold my place. So congratulations, Kia. It is great to have you here today. If you'd like to say a few words, feel free.
Say good morning and blessings to everyone. I'm so grateful to be able to be honored today. You know, AIC was definitely a home away from home, being an hour and a half away, and being able to like go home if I wanted to. But you know, we made this campus live when we were here, so we had a blast. We did. And I could say that yes, when I did come back some years ago, I lamented about what we didn't have. And Brian was like, get over it. You moved on in life. And I'm like, but really, we had to put our own phone service on people. You know, like the students today did not have to do that. We had to call the phone company and get our own phone number. So that was, you know, those are the things that I remember. You know, Brian, I have teased Brian since he started here. He used to wear these turtlenecks. Y'all remember? Turtlenecks. And he loved these turtlenecks. And I had to say this because he brought it up this morning, you know. And I was like, yes, the turtlenecks. But I love Brian, and I'm so thankful that this even existed for us today. Thank you.
Part of a power couple. Congratulations. Lewis graduated from AIC in 1998 with a Bachelor's of Science in Accounting. During that time, Lewis was an important and active member of the campus community. He served in student government as representative of the freshman class and treasurer of the executive board for 3 years. And going through some of the archives for today, I've noticed a lot of articles in the Yellow Jacket that blamed Lewis for clubs not getting the funding that they wanted, and that gave me a little bit of a chuckle. So you need to check out some of those articles, I think, Lewis, later. Lewis is a member of Model Congress, serving as chair on the 58th Model Congress during his senior year, and was a member of the Student Activities Committee. Again, as we've mentioned before, he's a co-founder with Elizabeth of the Latin American Student Organization. He was also a resident assistant and member of the wrestling team. Nunez received a co-curricular award each of his 4 years at AIC, as well as 3 executive board awards, the Model Congress Award, and was inducted into Who's Who among students in American universities and colleges. Nunez is a senior development accountant for Legat McCall Properties and previously worked for Symes Associates Incorporated, PRM Realty, and Haggett Longobardi. He is a volunteer youth wrestling and youth baseball coach in Wakefield, Mass., where he resides with his wife, Emily Rivera-Nunez, an AIC alumna and fellow Co-Curricular Hall of Fame inductee, who we'll see in a moment, and their children, Liliana and Mateo, who are with her today. And he definitely married up. So congratulations.
I just want to say first, I love AIC. When I lived, Keyshawn lived 5 minutes away, I lived 20 minutes away. I grew up in Enfield, Connecticut. Coming here was the best thing, the best decision I made after, having proposed to my wife and having my kids. That, was one of the best things in my life. As I see a lot of, my former classmates achieve outside of AIC as professionals. Keyshawn, when I read that article the other day, man, I almost cried because I said, this is a man who's loyal to his community, and he's taken this community on the map and forever going to be recognized here in the city. So for what you do in here, we are alumni, basically, are so proud of you, man, of what you have done. Kia, Lizzie, as Kia said, there are some times where you're here and you had to make the best of it. We made the best of it. We took each other and we made, we socialized outside within our clubs. Elizabeth, one of the best things I said was creating Lasso, and it still to this day is continued. I never imagined that it would continue after all those budget cuts I did, at City Government Executive Board, but it lasts, and I'm happy that we put Lasso on campus. To my wife, as Brian said, I married up. We had a running joke when we got inducted, was that she basically was riding on my success here, and vice versa. She said the same thing. But it's hard. It was hard to kind of match up. But we have 2 kids, and we're trying to show them that they have a better future. And whether they choose AIC, which I hope so, we're just trying to make sure that they have a better life as well. So I want to dedicate this award, especially to my family first and foremost. And I also want to dedicate this to my parents who can't be here today, and as well my wrestling coach who also can't hear, Aniba Nieves, who has a big part of this as well. In that, I appreciate everybody, and you guys have a good homecoming this year.
Emily, I won't say that you married down. You married smartly. So, Emily graduated from AIC with a Bachelor's of Science in Psychology in 1997, a year ahead of Lewis, so she's obviously the smarter one. Kidding. At AIC, Rivera-Nunez earned the Outstanding Freshman Award, Outstanding Sophomore Award, Outstanding Junior Award, and additionally received, as I mentioned earlier, the Henrietta Littlefield Award, which is one of the most prestigious awards a student on this campus can receive. That particular award best demonstrates, again, the leadership qualities and commitment to co-curricular student life as exemplified by Henrietta Littlefield. She was inducted into Who's Who among students in American colleges and universities and was an active member of the campus community as an orientation leader, resident assistant resident director in Hines Hall. I didn't mention this before, but back when these inductees worked in Hines Hall together, Hines was a building that people lived in all 4 years of their college experience. It was not just a freshman building. There was no Edgewood complex. It was Hines. Hines is where people lived. If you wanted a more lively experience, and I think everyone but Lewis lived in Hines, and Lewis lived in Magna, which was our best building on campus. It's now our worst. I won't say that. I can't really say that, but it's perceived to be our worst. But Lewis lived in Magna, which was the best facilities that we had on campus by far. So. Emily also served as a graduate assistant for Dr. Greg Schmuddy. I was hoping he was going to make it here today, but there's some things that I will speak to you about later to update you on Greg. But he just recently retired this past last spring, and may be here later in the day as well. Since graduating, Emily has enjoyed a successful career in criminal justice and victim advocacy. She's currently a senior forensic interviewer and family advocate with the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office, having earned her office's Unsung Hero Award in 2015. Her experience also includes tenures as a victim witness advocate, bilingual forensic interviewer, and multidisciplinary team coordinator with the Hampden County District Attorney's Office, and as a bilingual forensic interviewer for the Chicago Children's Advocacy Center. Again, all that Res Life training is coming to the fold. Rivera Nunez also served as a moderator for the Midwest Regional Children's Advocacy Center National Spanish-Speaking Peer Review, and is a training associate for the National Criminal Justice Training Program at Fox River Valley Technical College. Rivera Nunez lives in Wakefield with her husband Louis, an AIC alum and fellow Co-Curricular Hall of Fame inductee, and their children Liliana and Mateo are still here. So congratulations, Emily.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the honor of this award. I definitely wasn't expecting it. I have so much to be grateful for to AIC. It took a young lady who was the first in her family to go to college. So I came here really frightened. I didn't know how I was going to make 4 years. And I'm sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. Okay. Anyways, from financial aid to Miss White to everyone, they really supported my time here. I learned so much. I grew so much. As you were talking, I remembered other things that I had done that I had forgotten. I was a member of a Greek society here. I was a mentor, and that really started my career path in helping kids. And I saw a picture of a kid that I mentored here, and I was telling Brian, she used to show up at the dorm back when we didn't have security. She used to knock on my door, and that for me really and truly started my pathway to helping children and families. So I'm very grateful for all the lessons that AIC showed me, and to my kids, doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter what your beginnings are, just know that your future is your own to make. And I made mine, and I want the very same for all of you. Thank you.
And last but certainly not least, we have Glendora. Glendora, I'm not sure if you want to stay where you are or come up here.
Hi there, folks. How are you today?
Glendora, I have to talk fast first, and then we'll let you talk better. Glendora left several messages on my voicemail, and they always began with, Brian, you talk too fast, and they ended with a laugh like that.
So, I asked Brian if I had to give a speech, and he said yes, and I said, how long? And he said 5 minutes, and I'm saving the last 2 minutes for the applause. Now, it was the first day of classes. Can you hear okay, everybody?
Yes.
And the professor swaggered into the classroom, and he said, if there's any dumbbells in this classroom, I want you to stand up immediately. Well, of course, a long time went by. Finally, a lone freshman stood up in the back room, and the professor bellowed, are you a dumbbell? And the little freshman says, well, no, sir, but I felt sorry for you standing up there all by yourself. Now, a college president, not our college president, was relieved of his duties by the Board of Trustees. And in his final speech to the board, he said, I depart from this position exactly as I entered it, fired with enthusiasm. Daddy, what is college bread? A 4-year loaf made from the old man's dough. The medical college had its own cheer at the football team. Hypodermic, hypodermic. What does that mean? Stick it to them. What's this picture?
Ignition.
No, there's one before that.
Did you get swagger?
Yeah. A college professor said, for every student who has a spark of genius, there's 10 others with ignition problems. And a newspaper reporter was interviewing college college professors, and he said to one professor, what are the 3 things you like best about being a professor? And he said, shaping the next generation, making good Americans, and making responsible citizens. And the reporter said to the next professor, what do you like best, 3 things about being a professor? And he said, June, July, and August. What comes next, Sandy?
Transcript.
Oh, what does a college transcript teach a parent? You don't have to lift weights to raise a dumbbell. A young man at commencement said to his mom and dad, here's the diploma you wanted me to get from medical school. And now, as I've been telling you since I'm 5 years old, I'm going out and be a fireman. And next, Sandy.
I don't. We're having old college.
What, dear?
Old college?
Oh, yeah. Old college presidents, do they fade away, folks? Do they die? No. They just lose their faculties. Yes, but there's another joke before that.
Can't read this one. I don't know.
I want to tell you, this is serious, folks. I wanted to tell you about, I have a whole collection of these jokes, and I would like to see them in Lucent to cheer us up. By a show of hands, anybody agree? Vice President Robert Cole, please take note. Oh, yes. In my 90 years, folks, I have learned that the only thing that, this is really serious, the only thing that really matters is how you treated others. And the third serious thing is treating others includes animals. How did you treat animals? And I really will go so far as to say that you cannot have that peace with God that passes all understanding unless you are vegan. No animal products. Back to the jokes. Oh, a professor said in the old days it was great. The kids used to bring you apples, now they drive you bananas.
Marsh?
Oh, my husband, when he was graduated from Boston University, President Marsh said to he says, will the audience please remain seated while the dignitaries on the stage pass out? Let's see what more.
Hall of Fame.
Okay, what's the next one?
Speed.
What, dear?
Speed.
Oh, professor, to a student. What do you know about the speed of light? He said, nothing, sir. It just gets here too early in the morning.
Academic.
And the speed of light, you know, is less than it's less speed than Vice President Shaughnessy can talk. Folks, do you know how G.C. Merriam, right here published in Springfield on Federal Street, George and Charles Merriam, do you know how they defined academic? Not expected to produce a practical result. Okay, Sandy?
PhD.
You all know what BA stands, right? Bachelor of Arts. You all know what BS stands for? You all know what MBA stands for? Master of Business Administration. More accurately stated, more bad advice. And do you all know what PhD stands for? Piled higher and deeper. A student asked a professor, is it difficult to become a professor? And he says, no, you do it by degrees. Next. Oh, the college president went before the faculty and said our student body suffers from seven dwarf syndrome. Seven dwarf syndrome, what is that? Every seventh student is dopey. And every fifth one is what?
Sleepy.
Yeah. Oh, okay, everybody. Where did King Arthur go to school? Night school. And why was the professor mad at the owl?